Today I'm going to be reviewing this Dreo Countertop water filter that was recently sent to me by the brand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up, show you everything you get inside, and then of course go through the process of testing it out as well. So let's go ahead and open up the box. So a couple things before I go ahead and get to the actually filtering water through it. First of all, I'm going to give you the measurements on it, so I'm going to grab a tape measure. But I just want to kind of show you exactly what this is going to look like, and then I want to measure like depth, height, that sort of thing, so you'll know if it'll fit in the spot on your counter or not. So this is going to come with two pitchers. It is only going to come with one filter, and the filter actually goes down inside of your pitcher. So you have to like take off the pitcher lid, and then this just kind of pops right down in there in the bottom. So it's actually kind of annoying that they only do it with one filter, but you've got two pitchers. So that's good, I guess, like because you could take one and put it into the fridge or something like that. But it would be, in my opinion, better to just have two filters because then your the water is coming in, being filtered, and then you can easily take it off, put the next one right onto there. So kind of a little bit annoying that it only comes with the one filter. I am sure you can probably get extras from the company, but just if you're going to send two pitchers, it would make sense that you have two filters that can go in those two pitchers, at least to me. So that's the only thing. You are going to also need to flush two tanks of water through before you do this. So if you're planning on like having some filtered water on your countertop, brand new, like, and purchase this like right before a party or before the holidays or something like that, it's important to know you do have to filter they do recommend you filter two tanks full through this, and I'll time and see how long that's going to take in regards to emptying it out. It says it's about three pitchers. So I'll time that, see how long each pitcher takes, so you know exactly how long it's going to take. But first of all, let me grab a tape measure, then we'll get to the filtering. All right, so I got a tape measure. I'm going to start with the depth of this filter. So if you go all the way to the front, which this part sticks out a little bit more, you're going to be about 13 and a half inches or so. If you go on this side, it's going to be not as deep, only going to be about 10 and a half inches or so because you have this part that's going to bump out. Now, height on this is the same all the way across. Your height's going to be right at 13 inches on that. And then width of this is going to be about 9.5 inches across on this. Now, to get this set up, you are going to have to fill this tank with water. This is something you have to do manually. That is kind of annoying that lid just kind of pops off of there. It does have a handle inside to make it easier to carry, so that's going to be nice. And then you're going to want to fill it up to the max line. Again, you're going to run two of these tanks full. I do want to weigh how much this is going to weigh in water, just so you know like how heavy this is going to be when you're lugging it around as well. So let me go and fill it up with water and then grab a scale. So I got this filled up to the max line here, and I am going to weigh it on the scale, and you can see here, hopefully, it is 11.8 pounds. So right at 12 pounds. So if you're getting this, giving this away to someone, you want to make sure that they're able to handle 12 pounds pretty easily. So it's not going to be that big of a deal for most people, but if you've got someone who's maybe disabled or older, that could be an issue since you do have to manually fill this up. You're also then going to have to take and slide that. I've got the cord in the spot. There you go. And that's just going to slide right in there. That folds down like that. And then your lid is going to go right down on there. So let's go ahead and plug this in now that we got the weight and the measurements. And you can see here the refill indicator lights. All the lights are coming on. There's not a pitcher, which we are aware of. Got this already pressed down right inside of there. So that just kind of pushes right down on top of there in the bottom of this, or actually right inside of there. We're just going to push right into there, and should be good to go, at least according to the instructions. I'm going to take and put this right there, and then you just kind of have to push down onto there to get that into position on here. I believe this is going to be, you can pause the water filter itself. So say you're getting water off, you can push this button to pause it. Essentially, it's going to fill it up through the bottom here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a timer here on my watch. I'm actually looking at the clock right now. It's almost 11 o'clock. So what I can do is I'm just going to wait until this fills one up, and then come back with you once that is done to give you that time frame. So it's probably a little hard to see, but it is now 11:03. So it took 5 minutes to fill this pitcher, and then it shut off. Now that it is full, you're just going to go ahead and pop that off. I'm actually going to pour it in. I believe these are going to be quart pitchers, so I did want to go ahead and measure. So I've got a 4-cup bowl here, so it might not even be a quart. Maybe like half a quart or something. And yeah, we're right at 4 cups, and that's even less than half. So let me go and pour this out. So it's actually going to be slightly bigger than a quart. There's 16 cups in a gallon, and this one fits 6 cups. So it's going to be slightly bigger, not quite half a gallon. 8 cups would be half gallon. So this is like a, man, I don't know. I guess it's like a quart and a quarter or something like that. Kind of weird, but just so you know on that. So like I said, I'm just going to take and put that back in. They do recommend, again, you're going to be doing this. So you're going to be running 3 of these to empty out the tank. So you're going to get, let's see, if that was 6 cups, 3 of those means you're going to get about 18 cups per tank. So you are going to get over a gallon of water per tank that's going to be here in the back. So that is nice to know. You can have a good amount of water. Now, what's really cool about this machine, and I'm just going to show you this here once it's done dispensing, but you can actually dispense water out of here. So let me go ahead and dump this out and show you. So you don't just have to use the pitcher. Like obviously, it took 5 minutes to fill up the pitcher, which that was way faster than I thought it was. When you're going through and filtering water, I thought it would be considerably slower than that. So that's nice. You can also dispense directly from this. So you can see you can push this, and then you can choose a size. So you can dispense out like all these. Now it might have to wait until this is full before it dispenses. So I'll come back with you once this fills back up, because that's my guess, because this was flashing and then this is showing that it's filling the pitcher. So my guess is it has to fill the pitcher first and then you can dispense. You can actively dispense water from underneath here. So that's a really cool feature that this Dreo water filter, countertop water filter has. All right, so this finished. Again, it only took about 5 minutes to fill up, so we're at 11:09, and then it took me the time to dump it out. So it was definitely pretty fast. Now, what's cool about this is you can just push this button to dispense water, and it's just going to dispense water until you push the button to turn it off. Now, this is the first time I'm dispensing water with it, so it's probably going to take it a second. So it did just take a minute to start dispensing. I had to push it like 3 times before I did. Also, it's important to note, there's tape across this little dispenser thing on the bottom. I didn't see it because I'm a bit taller, and so I kind of got water all over the place in regards to that. But you can dispense it just by pushing this button now. You can see, just push that button to dispense it, and it'll keep dispensing until you push it again to shut it off. Now you can also do specific amounts. So say I want to fill 8 ounces of water. I'm just going to put push 8 ounces. And then it's going to put out 8 ounces of water into my bowl, my cup, whatever it is that I've got beneath here. So again, this is the first time that I've used this. Up now it's filling up the pitcher again. So you can see here, that's going to do it when it does that. And then once that's done, let me push the 8 ounce. So I actually read this wrong. So to dispense the ounces, you actually are going to push the ounce size, and then you're going to push this button here. So you have to push to select it, and then push that to start it dispensing. And as you can see, that is working properly as it should. So I was just doing it wrong. I didn't read through that section of the instructions. I just assumed you push this button, it was going to dispense, but you have to select your size. So I think it had 8, 12, 16 ounces, and then you push this to dispense the water. Now I do believe that is going to come from the pitcher, as the pitcher is not actively filling up, even though I just filled that up from the back. So that's something to keep in mind. And then we're going to let this go, and there, it automatically stopped, as you can see. And let me go over here to the ounces. Oh, I thought I had ounces on that side. Maybe it's this side. There we go. You can see 8 ounces, and we are a hair above it. There might have been a little bit of water in the bottom of this from when I was testing over there. So really, really nice option that you can just filter it into a pitcher like this. You can get it directly out of the pitcher or just into a cup or something without having to pull the pitcher off every time. So that's going to be a really nice feature. Or you can just select your ounces here if you know you're using it for baking, or maybe you got a specific size cup, you know it's going to be that size, rather than having to push and hold the button. You can easily just do that. Just make sure you take the tape off the bottom, otherwise you're going to make a mess all over your counter. So overall, definitely a really great option from Dreo.